This is wild stuff. We got Virginia, is it Giuffre? Giuffre? Dead by, ready for this? Suicide. Who else knew this was going to happen when she was in the hospital with 4 days left to live last month? Were they just unsuccessful in suiciding her? So, one of Jeffrey Epstein's most prominent abuse survivors dies by not apparent suicide, just it's a straight up suicide. Sure, trust me, bro. Totally. Those ropes don't hang themselves. This is her on, I think this is Instagram. This year has been one of the worst to start a new year, but I won't bore anyone with the details. But I think it's important to note that when a school bus driver comes at you driving 110 kilometers as we were slowing for a turn, that no matter what your car is made of, it might as well be a tin can. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's too convenient. I've gone into kidney renal failure. They've given me 4 days to live, transferring me to a specialist hospital at urology. I'm ready to go, just not until I see my babies one last time. But you know what they say about wishes: shit in one hand and wish in the other. And I guarantee it's still going to be shit at the end of the day. Thank you all for being wonderful people and the world for being a great part of my life. God bless you all, XX Virginia. This is after the first apparent suicide attempt when a bus hit her. She, unfortunately, whoever was suiciding her, she unfortunately lived through that. So they had to find another way to suicide her. I don't mean to laugh at it, but I mean, who's believing this shit? This is crazy. Jeffrey Epstein victim, Virginia. This is coming to us from the New York Post. Jeffrey Epstein victim, Virginia Giuffre, dies by suicide at 41, just weeks after days saying she has days to live. Virginia Giuffre, the most prominent victim of late convicted PDF file Jeffrey Epstein, took her own life Thursday. Man, they say that like matter-of-factly, like there's no question about it. That's curious. Just weeks after she made headlines for saying she had 4 days to live, following a collision with a bus. It is with utterly broken hearts that we announce Virginia passed away last night at her farm in Western Australia, the 41-year-old's family said in a statement to NBC. She lost her life to suicide after being a lifelong victim of sexual abuse and sex trafficking. Giuffre took legal action against billionaire financier Epstein in 2015, alleging that she was sex trafficked at 16 after his ex-lover and convicted Madam Ghislaine Maxwell, recruited her from her job as a locker room attendant at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. The mom of three also alleged she's a mom of three. Damn. Alleged she was forced to have sex with disgraced Prince Andrew 3 times when she was 17, including at Epstein's Little St. James Island in New Mexico and Maxwell's London home, where a notorious photo of her posing with King Charles' brother was taken. Why don't they show that photo here? Here's, hold on a second. There it is. 2 private islands. Damn, bro. Yeah, that's not sus at all. Totally not Illuminati shit going on in that house right there. Totally not. Yikes. This is Epstein's Island. Never actually looked at it. Private property, no trespassing. Yeah, boy. Yikes. We're getting to lizard people territory tonight, guys. The allegations became the biggest scandal to rock the royal family in a generation. Prince Andrew has long denied the allegations, but settled out of court with his accuser for a hefty $12 million, which literally is couch cushion money for Prince Andrew. I would almost think that that's like a penny that he finds at a grocery store. $12 million for him. Like, that's nothing. Virginia was a fierce warrior in the fight against sexual abuse and sex trafficking. She was the light that lifted so many survivors, her family statement said. Oh, that's the photo with Henry? Yikes. In the end, the toll of abuse is so heavy that it became unbearable for Virginia to handle its weight. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what it was. So just believe that, guys. Just believe that. As a child, Giuffre suffered abuse by a family friend that led her down a dark path that ended up with the teenager living on the streets, NBC News reported. Giuffre, who had been living with her young family in Australia in recent years, didn't she make $12 million in a lawsuit? Didn't they just say? Yeah, 12 million there. Damn. Uh, made headlines last month when she posted a photo of her bruised up face on social media, claiming to have been struck by a bus and she had 4 days to live. Where is the follow up on the bus driver? I'm like, who's the bus driver and what is their life like right now? Because I'm curious. I'm curious. This has been the worst start to a new year, she wrote in the caption, which we read earlier. I'm ready to go, just not until I see my babies one last time. I mean, a mom of, what was it, a mom of 3 or a mom of 4? And she, quote unquote, suicided herself? Nah, bro. Moms don't do that. So, sorry, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Especially if you fight through a hospital and months of recovery, you don't just finally get out and you're good and then suicide yourself afterwards. You don't do that. I don't care what kind of mental state you're in. That's not something that happens. But you know what they say about wishes? The caption read. Yeah, that's the picture we talked about earlier. Giuffre later claimed she suffered years of physical abuse at the hands of her husband, Robert Giuffre. The couple recently split after 22 years of marriage. Holy shit. Did nothing go right for this girl her whole life? Damn. Robert Giuffre recently violated a restraining order taken out by Virginia in their home of Perth, according to The Independent. Among Giuffre's bombshell allegations connected to Epstein, she claimed to have seen former President Bill Clinton on the pedophile's Caribbean island twice, which Clinton has long denied. Guys, I don't know. Are we going to believe Bill Clinton or are we going to believe her? Which one are you going to believe? My my money's on her. Just saying. I'd be willing to bet every dollar that I've ever earned in my life to believe her over Bill Clinton. Epstein died by suicide. I'm sure he did. In his Manhattan jail cell in 2019. Right. While awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison on federal sex trafficking charges in 2022. Her release is currently set for July 17th, 2037, just before she turns 76. Oh, and a couple days before then, she's going to conveniently off herself as well, I'm sure. Queen Elizabeth stripped Prince Andrew of his royal and military titles, including his Royal Highness in 2022, after a judge rejected the disgraced royal's attempt to dismiss Giuffre's lawsuit. What a piece of shit. Like, what a piece of shit. Wow. What a wild story. Damn, bro. Damn. So yeah, that is the latest on yet another person in the Epstein circle committing suicide. Lots of coincidences going on with all that. Can't help but think. Yeah, it is. It is odd. And nothing will come from this. People will move on with their lives and like nothing ever happened. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um, Goes to show the people in power can do whatever the hell they want with no consequences in this world. We got bulk squat thrust for the two banger says, our greatest ally strikes again. And we got Sala Felix for the two says, suicide like Boeing whistleblower or Vince Foster. See, here's the thing. I already forgot about the Boeing whistleblower suicide. Isn't it crazy how often suicides happen with people connected to, oh, I have to report to trial tomorrow. Oh, but before I do, let me kill myself, even though I have nothing to worry about because I'm indicting someone else. But yeah, I'll commit suicide. Why not? It's crazy. It's so crazy. Oh man. Anyways, now that we're all our days are all brightened up, like Mr. Melancholy for two says, I want that list. Here's a fun fact: no one's ever going to get that list. No one's ever going to get it. They're going to redact everything. Redact everything because everyone in power on both sides, by the way, are on it, which is why no one's ever going to get the information. We got Bad News Badger for the DKK 50 says, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Just saying that history does not lend much credit to Clinton, right? And that's the thing, like back in the day, like I was like, yeah, believe him. Like he wouldn't lie about that. Then it came out, and I'm like, that whole situation. What a piece of shit. The whole Clinton family is such a shit show. All of them. It's such a shit show. So sad. Anyway, hath not seen this. Back in the day, Lewinsky was banging. I guess. I mean, I never really found her that attractive, but I mean, if you're the president of the United States, you're gonna be cheating on your wife. You can do better. I guess is where I'm going with that.